One and a two and a three. Let's go.
Giddy up, giddy up,
Giddy up, y'all.
giddy up, y'all.
We're gonna talk about fun today. Fun.
Yes, we
Do
are.
you have fun with your wife?
Yes, I do. But there's a caveat to that.
Okay.
And I think, like in most things, there is a level of intentionality that can be applied, which would then result in a baller level of marriage that can be achieved. And I would say that I am not there. I'm not doing that. Um, awesome conversation in the mastermind today, talking about, one of the houses we're talking about fun and how that is critical, a critical element of our life circle of what we should be pursuing, what we should spend our time being intentional about. And we talked quite a bit about fun with friends and how there's a lot of lack there. Talked about fun with our kids, but today we really dove into, hey, do you have fun with your wife?
Yeah. Yeah.
And more importantly, well, not more importantly, but equally as important, but just a different aspect and perspective is, have you dug into the reasons why you don't? What are the barriers to entry for you to, no kidding, like have belly laugh level fun?
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting, man. Like, week one when we were talking about fun, my mind just went towards just having fun with friends because the month before we were talking about friendship. And so my mind was kind of just directed at like, yeah, you and I have tons of fun. We're doing these kinetic connecting Thursdays where we're inviting people to go to the mountain. We're having fun. But then I got on a call with my accountability partner for the month, James Gray, and of course he goes to next level like with his questions and is like, I started thinking about all the fun that I have with my wife and asking my question, what do we do for fun? And it made me like think, what do I do for fun with my wife? And so it forced me to go have a conversation with her and be like, hey, one, what did we do for fun back before we had kids? Like when we were like dating or when we were still, not having kids, when we were living in San Diego, what did we do for fun? We kind of started spouting off stuff. And then we're like, all right, what do we do for fun now? Like just the two of us, right? Like you said, like belly laughing fun, not just like going to dinner. I mean, and that's cool. That's like as one of our mastermind members said, that's kind of like rest, right? That's kind of like a reset, have a conversation, have dinner, but like serious fun. What do we do for it? And we honestly couldn't answer it. We've been married for 14 years. We have an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old. Um, and our fun right now is it's kind of wimpy. It's kind of like not that much fun. And I don't know how, I don't have a really good answer for why we're not having fun anymore.
Yeah, and I think what it boils down to is, I don't think you have a good answer because most of us don't ask these questions. Like we don't have these conversations. We don't like
Yeah.
dig into it, right? And I think a lot of us, we also are very quick to check off the things that we think we need in our life, like the fun, the friends, in false ways. And what I mean by that is, you could talk to a lot of folks and be like, hey, but do you have friends? Yeah. Okay, tell me about them. Well, these guys I work with, my coworker is, we see each other at work every day. We meet at the water fountain and the scuttlebutt and the this and the that. And we like, it's not, I'm not hearing a lot of like, yeah, I've got this dude and we're able to be who we are, who we truly are, let all our guard down. We go snowboarding and mountain biking. We do these awesome things outside of work and spend time with each other's family. Like we get to know each other deeply. I'm not hearing a lot of that. I'm hearing a lot of like checking the block. Like there's a dude that we talk about football and maybe I invite him over for the game. gas prices and weather are a huge part of our conversations. We go deep in that, and
Super deep conversations.
super deep conversations, right? I just I think there's a level of intentionality that's not applied to these things, and so we check these blocks with fake or false or less than. It doesn't even have to be fake or false. Like, I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to highlight this as negative or even painting it as hypocritical at all. I'm just saying I think we tell ourselves a lot of lies, and we check off these blocks that are truly built into us to need friendship, community, fun, all these things. Play, men, it's okay to play. We should play. I would argue that play is a big part of what we should be doing, right?
Yeah.
But we check them off like, well, I get play, I hang out with my kids, so we play basketball on the front. Well, dude, is that like really competitive? Like, do you feel great when there are elements of relationship building that's beautiful for, and I do the same. But there's something different when you're like at a Storehouse retreat, a Kinetic Men retreat, and you're in like the championship round of a intense game of spike ball against other dudes. Like, that's a different level of enjoyment, play, fun. And so I just think we don't take it to the distance that we should, or that we could, to get out of less than. We're good with less than and status quo, never asking the question or challenging that assumption, and then actually experiencing better and more than, and recognizing, dude, I really want to spend more time in this, right? I want to have belly laughs with my wife. I want to, and I think we all want these things, but we're just not willing to do the work or ask the question or have the awkward conversation on the couch. Hey, honey, like, do we have fun anymore? Is it hard? Sure. Is it awkward? Yeah, maybe. But that's your wife. So, like,
Yeah.
there's no promise that marriage is not going to be awkward or hard. And to
Yeah.
get to the better levels, maybe you should walk through some awkwardness. Maybe you should walk through some hard conversations to realize that there's something, even better.
Yeah, man. It motivated me to really dig into being more intentional about, scheduling like real fun, like it made me think of for one of my wife's birthdays, when we lived in San Diego before we had kids, I set up a date to go do a hip hop dance class. Dude,
I remember that, dude. I remember
it
when you
was
did that.
so fun. Like, and I was terrible. I mean, my wife was pretty good.
I'm
I was
shocked that you
terrible.
were terrible at
Yeah,
it. I'm
yeah,
shocked. Yeah.
terrible. But it was so much fun, man. It was so much fun, and we haven't done that. Like, we haven't done anything like that in a long time. And one of the guys in our group started going to painting classes with his wife, and another man in the group started talking about like how he would act like he's a single guy in the bar, and he would go up and hit on his wife like she was a single lady, and they talk about, ooh, each of them have 3 kids, and like how they'd laugh about that, and like our spouses want to be pursued, and just going back to that level of just really having fun, and man, that can create such an epic marriage. So anyways, I think it's a really interesting question. I think it's something that we fall short of pretty quickly as you kind of get into the later stages of marriage. And so I am being intentional. I'm going to be intentional about making a change in that area.
Yeah, I love that, man. And let's just acknowledge the barriers, right? This is another thing we talked about with the mastermind was it's not enough. I mean, it's great to have conversations, and it's great that some people are doing certain things, and people are taking their marriage to the next level, but all of us could stand to really analyze why we're not doing what we want to be doing or what we know we should be doing. And I think that's fair. And I think it's fair to acknowledge, yeah, there's going to be awkwardness, and there may be rejection. There may be rejection. And we're all, if we are just honest with ourselves, we're concerned about those things. We're concerned about being rejected. We're concerned about being embarrassed. We're concerned about all the negative things that could happen. But what's crazy is there's also the possibility, and maybe not the first time, maybe not the second time, but the fourth, fifth time you ask, maybe it is the first time. Who knows? The point is that there is the possibility that it's going to be amazing,
Yeah.
right? That it's going to be exactly as, or that it's not going to be exactly as you thought it would be. It's going to be better than that. And yes, there's a chance when you put yourself out there that it's going to suck for you because you're going to be rejected, but there's no promise that that's not going to happen when you get married. Like so it's two imperfect people coming together to try to live an amazing life. Well, okay, cool. Permission granted. Go live an
Permission
amazing
granted.
life.
That's right.
Right? Like do something to seek and pursue that and ask the hard questions and acknowledge up front. It's easier if you just acknowledge up front, yep, I might get rejected. This might not be awesome. All the negative things you need to tell yourself, get those out of the way, and then go do something. I mean, imagine if, one thing that's in my head, cooking class would be awesome. Like to have someone come to the house and like we cook a meal, even as a family, right? Like that could be really fun. You learn something, you do something together. Like there could be all kinds of awesome stuff that happens from that. Just set it up. Do you think your spouse is going to be like, that was terrible, I hate you? And if that is the answer, there may be something else that you need to pursue, like counseling or something else, right? Like it'll be an indicator.
Oh, this was terrible. It was so much fun. I hated that.
And the food is delicious. This is just dumb. We did something together. I hate it. I hate you. All right, cool. At least now you know. At least now you know. So, yeah, man,
so
I just think there's so much depth to it, to
yeah,
asking these hard questions, to pursuing your wife, to looking for fun things to do, to, all the things that could come out of that are rich and could potentially open the doors to a life that you're not currently living and that you absolutely want to be living.
yeah, man. So today we're recording this on Valentine's Day. This will come out on the Friday after Valentine's Day. Hey, keep Valentine's Day going. Listen to this. I'm challenging you guys and gals that are listening to this. Go ask that question. Ask your spouse, hey, what do we do for fun? And if the answer is, I don't know, well, dig into that and find some areas in your life that where you can go have fun, schedule something and go create memories that will last a lifetime that you can remember back and think about the belly laughing fun that you and your spouse are having. It's going to create an epic marriage. Go do it.
And here's just an easy action plan. Schedule a date with your wife. That's easy. A dinner. And I say it's easy. I've got 3 kids, right? Whether it's a parent or somebody to come over, I get there's challenges there. I totally get it. There's always excuses. Set up a date, go do that. Or kids are at school, go have a coffee, and then just be intentional about this conversation. So it's a twofer. You get to take your wife out or your husband out on a date, and you get to have a good conversation.
Do it.
Do it.
You're welcome in advance. Bye.
Me or the listeners?
Yes, both.
Thank you, Stuart. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
And in advance to your advance. Thank you. See you.
See you.